in towards Odegaard. Ravel, ambitious, but brilliant! I don't believe it! I swear I do not believe it! And they are back on terms!
Hello and welcome to what should have been a 3 points Rotherham United today. Instead, the brothers are out. I'm afraid the game has obviously been called off. Obviously, Rotherham United have caused the rain, so our deepest and sincere apologies to Derby County and everybody associated with them, mate.
Yeah, it's disappointing, isn't it? I mean, anyway, you know, it's just. I'll be honest with you. I think it's just a lack of bottle on Warney's part. The club can't. I mean, we've people have called Tony Stewart, you know, about him being tight and not willing to invest in club. The water bill after today, it's going to be massive. Those sprinklers were on Sunday. Ben and I went past the stadium on Sunday when we finished our walk. Sprinklers were on then. So you know, it's just madness. It's just madness. I don't understand why we just can't get on with game, to be honest. But there you go.
I agree, Ben.
Yeah, same with me. I completely everything. Mick said everything I was going to say.
Oh, sorry, mate.
It's all right.
Yeah, I heard that. But anyway, it was worth it.
Yeah.
But I tell you now, the meltdown on Twitter has been much more entertaining than the game. The game had been 0-0, and this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, on a serious note, it's not ideal for us. We've already got some fixture congestion as it is now, and obviously that's just going to start eking its way out towards back end of the season. And I don't think we really want that, do we? To be fair, so it's not ideal for us.
No, I suppose, but we're in the middle of what would have been a hectic schedule. March is not terrible, and April's not terrible. I don't know why all these games had been put together. I thought they could have been spread out a bit better. So, I mean, and from a signings point of view, certainly for Derby, having made 4 or 5 signings yesterday, it's much better for them not to play today because they want time. Yeah,
you would have thought so, and I imagine that perhaps some of those won't be, won't be ready to play yet. You know, they'll not have signed, they'll not got all paperwork through and everything else. So you know, it probably benefits them in the longer run as well. I mean, I don't know what their February is like. I'm sure it's not as bad as ours in terms of congestion, but nevertheless, it's going to benefit them.
Yeah. It's fantastic. I'll be honest. We'll collate some and read them out on the next podcast from the Derby fans, but particularly suggesting that we're tin pot because it rained and saying that we should pay for their coach bill. But pay for the coach bill.
Oh, come on! Let's be fair. They are short of money.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah. It'd make a change for us, actually. It'd make a change for us to be rattling around with buckets collecting for somebody else instead of people collecting for us, wouldn't it, really? To be fair. But, yeah.
Why didn't they get that 322 red or whatever it's called to pay for the bus journey?
32 red? Well, the paper rule its wages, doesn't they? So, only fair.
That's what I mean.
It's been a lot of fun. This last half an hour on Twitter, definitely. If you haven't got involved, just go over Twitter and don't even have to tweet anything. Just look at some of the stuff that's out there. It's absolutely superb. So thank you very much, Derby fans. We do really appreciate the entertainment.
100%.
On Tuesday, a cold, wet Tuesday night. Having seen the pictures, I mean, we're not down at the ground, but it seems like a very, for want of a better word, a cut and dry decision, Ben.
Yeah, that picture on Twitter is awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know who put it on, but it's awful. You can see puddles. I got filled behind my house. It's worse than that. I think they were probably discussing the schedule. I don't even think they were discussing pitch. I think they were just discussing if they can fit it into the schedule, because pitches are no brainer. I think they're probably just discussing when they can fit it into the schedule.
It's just been a perfect storm for weather. You've had to have the covers on since at least last night because the snow was forecast, and you can't leave it uncovered because of the snow will basically flood it. And then as soon as the covers have been taken off, we've had a downpour of rain. Life, innit?
It is what it is, isn't it? It is disappointing. It's disappointing for all of us. I guess. I mean, the point about all this, I guess, really is the fact it's another late show in terms of postponement. But again, the circumstances are such as it was last time. The way it snowed last time, and the way the forecast was last time, and now the way it's rained today after the heavy snowfall that we had this morning. I mean, the amount of work that must have gone in to clear the covers of snow must. I mean, I don't know how long it's taken them and how many people were involved, but that's a massive task in and of itself. And then obviously to get a downpour afterwards is it's not great, is it? But what can you do? What can you do? So
yeah, I agree. Daniel Steddens has gone to Facebook, same as everybody else. Derby fans having a complete meltdown on Twitter.
That is what it is.
It is what it is. It's fantastic.
Just a quick shout out to young Kyle as well. I hope you're doing all right, pal. It's good to hear from you, mate.
Who's Dom?
Dom. Yeah, I don't know. He's forgot who we are. He recognises people, but he don't know who we are. So transfer window while we're here.
We might as well summary, haven't we?
Yeah.
Go on with do these pointless ratings. Give me a rating out of 10, Ben, for our transfer window.
It depends. What overall?
No, the last day.
I don't know. 8.
Okay. So you're quite happy with that? You're quite happy with it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because I don't know. It's hard to tell. In a month's time, I'll tell you. Because Lee Tomlin does his ACL, then it's going to be one.
When signed Lee Tomlin?
Whoever we've signed. I thought you said we have.
Lewis Wing.
Lewis Wing. If Lewis Wing and Giles both do the ACLs, it's going to be a 1, isn't it? But if they're going to score 20 goals, it's going to be a 10. So you can't really say, can you?
Okay. I'm glad I asked.
You can't, can you?
I think under circumstances, bearing in mind everything that's going off with clubs wanting to hang on to players and obviously leaving it right till the very last minute as well every time, it's not a bad window. We've got rid of some players that were fringe players and probably would not have played. Certainly Adam Thompson wasn't going to play. I don't know what the full and frank conversation between Paul Warne and Curtis Tilt entailed. I'm assuming it meant that Curtis Tilt wants to play football, which I fully get. So he's gone out on loan as well. So we have offloaded some players, if you like, and we brought into what appeared to be 2 quality players. Certainly Ryan Giles is, without a doubt. Obviously, remains to be seen about Lewis Wing. But, if it's players that the recruitment team have been chasing for a while, then they're going to be the right players. Because, to be fair, I'm trying to think of a dud that they've signed under this regime. Don't know. Can't think of one.
I thought one of the day. It's not been plain sailing, but it's been all right. It's more than re-signings. You look at Billy Jones and Lewis Price last year, re-signings for basically nothing. Yeah. We'll see. I think it's pretty positive. You've been sort of right. You don't really know, but on paper, it's probably a 7. Solid, but without being outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be paying big money for players, are we? Either in transfer fees or in wages. It's just not going to happen. No. And anybody who supports this club who thinks that we are going to do that, you need to have a rethink. It's just not going to happen. And if you want to support a club that does that, you need to go elsewhere. It's a sort of fact, isn't it? You know what I mean? We're just not going to happen. While ever we've got the chairman that we've got, I'm personally 100%, 1,000% behind him. I'd rather have a club than pay, the equivalent of a Dexter Blackstock or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's essentially that's essentially where you end up at in January transfer window, and certainly towards the back end of January transfer window, we ain't signed anybody. Just buy somebody.
It's been a funny window anyway. Even in normal circumstances, I don't think we'd have spent much, if anything. But because of the circumstances we're in, it's become an even more bizarre transfer window.
Yeah.
Some clubs have done all right. Most have not done very much business. So,
what's interesting is that clubs like Birmingham, who've had financial difficulties, are signing players. Forest, who've had financial difficulties, signing players. Derby, financial difficulties, signing players. Do these people never learn? I mean, it's.
Derby basically sold their future. They've sold their best young players to pay for some other players who are older, who they hope are as good to try and keep them up this season. But then you're selling it. You are literally selling your future to pay for today.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. I don't understand. Particularly, I mean, you take those three clubs as a perfect example, right? Derby, Birmingham, and Forest, well supported, big clubs. You know, if they go down into League One, they'll still be well supported, big clubs. So they'll still get the finances in. They'll still get them people through the door, but they'll be able to reset financially. But no, it's just I don't know. It just seems it's a bizarre set of circumstances, really, with football. Nobody seems to be interested in running a football club as a business, do they?
No,
it's like it's just like a gamble.
It is basically. Yeah. I don't think there's much more we can cover, really, to be honest.
No, I don't really.
The good thing is, I found another bonus. That next time we play Derby, I don't have to do any research because I've already got it saved from the last 2 times. That's a bit of a bonus for me alone.
And I don't have to pay for it because I've paid for it again.
Oh, I've learnt my mistake from the first Derby game, the Cardiff game, and now the Derby game again. I don't pay for it till the very last minute.
yeah. Good call.
Russ Bailey's been with you on transfers. Cut cloth accordingly. Simple. 100%.
Yeah.
We are in a way. It's a little bit of a blessing that we've been in the bad circumstances before because we know what it's like to nearly lose somebody. But lose the club. Sorry, Nick Taylor. Too right. We can't even afford proper drainage. I know. Tin pot is what. It's just tin pot.
The problem is, Nick, we've got the drainage. It's just it couldn't cope with the amount of water that chairman were pouring onto the pitch. It is what it is, isn't it? It's a nightmare, and I think probably supporters of both clubs realistically didn't want this to happen. Certainly, we didn't. We just don't need another game somewhere else in further down the line. We need to get them out of the way.
But you look at what happened last time when we didn't have a game for a week and we went and smashed Middlesbrough. So it's not going to affect Preston on Saturday, which is a big game because their home form's not very good.
No, that's right. That's right. But they'll be wanting to get one of us on us, won't they? Because we beat them at our place. So
yeah, very true. And they've had a strong January as well. Preston. They want to close. Have had a really good January. Ben, anything you want to add? You've been very quiet.
I ain't got out, so it's not to talk about it, is it? Game's off.
Glad we involved you.
Is what it is, isn't it? Game's off. Let's talk about it.
I think it's a bit disappointed that game's off. But we all are, aren't we, I guess.
Yeah. So that's it. If you've enjoyed this, subscribe. And you've watched it on Facebook, go over to YouTube and subscribe if you can, because we'll do a few more things on YouTube over the next couple of weeks, months. Rich Holland was saying somebody was saying we could play tomorrow. I don't see why not. I suspect that match preparation won't. I don't think Warney and Rooney. I don't think the managers would want that to happen. Just because of match preparation. Warney talks a lot about preparation, and they've been prepped for today and then not playing tomorrow. It could, I suppose. We'll have to wait and see about that. I don't think the schedule's too full to not fit in a game like in March or April. Interesting. We'll wait and see with that.
Yeah. Well, it is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Lewis Wing might be available to play tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
And the 5 that Derby have signed, or however many they've signed, they might be available as well. So you never know, do you?
True. Very true. We'll be back for the normal podcast, which will be out on Thursday, which I suppose we'll talk about. We'll find some tweets and read some Derby tweets out on that one, as well as looking ahead to Saturday, where we have hopefully another game, Preston away, as we already mentioned. So we'll cover that. That'll be Apple's iTunes. I'll be done live through YouTube as well, which will be tomorrow night when we record it. So get involved in that one if you please. Ben, it's been emotional.
Well,
it's been a great deal of fun tonight.
I suppose if you want.
I mean, I've enjoyed being on Twitter tonight, so I don't know how anybody else says. It's been great fun. Okay.
It's not fun, is it?
Should be. Nights like this, it's brilliant. Mick, it's been amazing.
Yeah, if you like.
So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you all next time, which will be very, very soon,
tomorrow.
Hopefully. Cheers for watching. Yeah, tomorrow.
Pringle looking towards Odegaard. Ravel